All right, in this video, we are going to talk about the basics of the text field control and uh, how it generates action events and how you can handle those action events. So, if you've watched the previous video when we talked about this with a button, then this is almost exactly the same. When the user presses the enter key while in a text field, then that will generate an action event. Okay. And to handle that action event, we call, again, just like with a button, the set on action method in the text field object. So if you have a text field, named text field, and you want to register method, right, as the method that gets called when an action event is generated, then you would issue this statement, textfield.setOnAction. Inside, in the argument for the setOnAction method, we have this lambda expression. The lambda expression, just the simplest form of it is you have E here, and that's the event object, action event object, and then the arrow token, and then the name of the method that you want to call. Okay, so let's take a look at this in action. In this example, we have a text field. This one is in a flow pane. Okay, and in the flow pane, we create a text field, and then we use textfield.setOnAction. Here's where we're registering the event handler, and the method is display contents. Okay, and I want this method to print the message, or print whatever the user has typed in the text field. I want that to be printed in the console. So again, that's really not something that you would normally do. I just want to try to make this example as simple as possible. If you watch the previous example, you know that we could just put system.out.println text field .get text, but I just wanted to show how to pass that information down here to another method. So it's a little bit contrived, but example, because you could make it simpler as well. But anyway, all right. And so what's going to happen is that when the user presses enter in this text field, here, this little portion, this call right here, is textfield.getText. That is going to get whatever text that the user typed in out of the text field, and then it's going to pass it to this method, and then this method does the printing. Okay. Everything else is exactly the same as it has been in the examples that we've looked at so far. So really the only new thing is using this on action for text field. All right, so let's run this and take a look at it in action. So here is my text field example, and I'm going to type some message in here and then hit enter, and you're going to see it's going to display in the console. Again, that's not something that you normally would do, but you can see that this is working right exactly the way I described it. This textfield.getText will go to the text field, look at what is written inside there, and then pass it to this method over here. Here, really, we could just do system.out.println, but you can imagine, in some more complicated applications that you would probably, have more code maybe down here to process this text field action. Just wanted to try and keep this one simple, but yet show you sort of maybe the next step in complexity. All right, and that is it on this example.